Hey guys, I'm back. So here's what I'm about to do. We're gonna take those fried oyster mushrooms and we're gonna turn them into some buffalo mushrooms. Okay, and buffalo oyster mushrooms. That was right. All right, so I already have like a few peeled plum tomatoes in here. You're gonna need some bell pepper, some onion. This is a mild bell pepper, and some agave, because first we're gonna sort of make a ketchup. If you put too much of your bell peppers and stuff in it, it's gonna turn into more of a spaghetti sauce, and that's not what we want to do. But we do want this to be a bit sweet, so we're gonna pour in. That would be about 2 tablespoons of agave. And I have like 3 plum tomatoes in here with some of the juice that came from when I boiled them. Some of the water, because the water kind of turned to juice because I didn't use a lot of water. And we're going to cut up. So this is half of a large onion, but I'm not going to use this. I'm only going to use like maybe about 1/8 of this onion. And I'm going to use half of this pepper, and this is like 1/4 of a red bell pepper, and I'm going to use half of this. Okay, so I'm going to cut this up and put all this inside of my blender. So we get all that in here. We're going to get this blended up really, really, really good. And then you're going to taste it before you go any further to see if the taste is to where you actually want this to be, okay? So about to put this on. About to put this on and blend it up. I'm going to get it really, really smooth. Okay, so I just took it off of the, stopped it from blending. I just want to taste it. Okay, so that's the sweetness that I want. And that's the tomato taste that I want. Actually, I think I want to put one more tomato in it. So I already have like a jar of my tomatoes prepared. So I'll just take one out, pop it in there, and then we'll blend that down a little bit more. There we go. So now let's try that. It's already sweet enough, but okay. That's what I needed. I needed 4 of these. So I'm going to just put these up. I'm not going to boil those down. And it's also spicy enough because of the mild pepper. Right? So now we're going to put this on the oven. I'm going to boil this. I'm going to put it inside of a skillet and boil it. Now before you put your tomato sauce, this is a slightly spicy tomato sauce, but not really, and it has a sweetness to it. I found me a jalapeno hot sauce that I can use, where there's like jalapeno peppers and salt and some vinegar, right? You can make your own, but I did not. So Now, just depending on how many oyster mushrooms you already have fried up is how much you're gonna use. I only have like maybe about four or five pieces left. So I'm not gonna put a whole bunch inside of my little skillet, right? So we're gonna put this in first. I'm gonna put in like about well, I only have like that much left, which is probably about 1/8 of a cup. So I'm just gonna dump the rest of this inside of my skillet, cook that down, and then you really don't need much of this. And after you've used this, you can turn it into your spaghetti sauce by adding your other seasonings and more vegetables and blending those down a lot, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here's the hot sauce. And now I'm going to put in some of the tomato sauce. We're not going to need a whole bunch. Just enough. That's all. And let's stir that around in there. Get it all nice and wonderful. Let it heat up pretty good. And you want to taste it to see if it's going to have a slightly sour taste, because you don't want that. That's the whole point of making the tomato sauce and putting the agave in it. So that tastes a bit sour. So we put some more of the tomato sauce in. Just let that cook on around, and then just like I said, just keep tasting it. You want to make sure that you get that sour taste out of there. Alright, so I'm going to let this cook down some more. Then once this cooked down, I'm going to put in the I'll put in the oyster mushrooms, the fried oyster mushrooms. Alrighty, so I wanted this to be a little bit sweeter, so I put some more agave inside of here. Now I'm about to put in my oyster mushrooms. There we go. Let's put it all in there. See, I only have a few pieces, so you don't want so much. Now you're just gonna put that around, get it all in there. You're gonna let it continue to cook, because you want it to stay crispy. There we go. Just let it cook on down. Cook it, cook it, cook it, cook it, cook it. Alright, so we're going to let this cook on down, and then I'll be back. Now, while my oyster mushrooms are on the oven preparing, I have my vegan mayonnaise, because I didn't make any mayonnaise. I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of it and put it inside of my little container. I'm going to move that to the side. And I have a coconut-based cheese that I make. This one is my Gouda one. I have a coconut-based Gouda cheese, the one at the bottom. So I'm going to mix that with my veganese, soy-free and all that free, egg-free, mayonnaise. So I'm going to use about this would be about a tablespoon. Put that in there. Then we're just gonna mix that around, mix that in real good. Because this is gonna be the awesome dip for our fried oyster buffalo mushrooms. That is so good. Eat. Let me see if I want to put some more of my cheese in it. Just put a little bit more cheese in it. And let's get that mixed in really, really good. I actually turned off my eye under my mushrooms. Really, it only needs to continue to cook for like 3 to 5 minutes on medium, and you'll notice that the mixture that you put in is gonna start disappearing. It's gonna get really thick, and that's what you want. You want it to get thick on your oyster mushrooms. You don't want it runny or anything. Alright, so this is done. That's good. Alright, so I'm going to put that over to the side. Now I'm going to get those mushrooms, put them on a plate, and present it to you. Alrighty guys, it is all done. It's all done and plated. It's just awesome. Yes, I already dipped one. This is really good. I'm going to show you a really good close-up. Thanks for sticking with me. Hope you enjoy.